Thanks for clicking on the video, and here today at Mimic, we are going to talk about Heroscape. This is a board game that features multiple pre-painted miniatures as well as colored terrain pieces. And this was published by Milton in 2004. Now, I grew up in the 80s, so I never had a chance to play this as a child, but I did hear about this later in life, and I had a recent opportunity to acquire an entire collection of basically almost every set available, all new and sealed. So I just had to do it. The other thing about Heroscape is just this month, Renegade Games has announced that they will fund and make the new Age of Annihilation Heroscape board game set. You might have heard that Hasbro had a crowdfunding campaign a year or two ago for Heroscape to relaunch this brand. However, it came with unpainted miniatures, and I think that's probably the reason why it failed. Anyways, Renegade Game Studios has picked it up this month, and they will actually publish the Age of Annihilation set, along with a couple expansions. So that's pretty cool news. However, the older sets, which these all are, by Milton Bradley, they all come with pre-painted miniatures. So let's start with the first set. This is the original set that first came out. This is known as the Rise of Valkyrie set, and it has 30 pre-painted minis. It has this flip tab that you could see. It didn't come with a plastic shrink because, you know, it has this cardboard flip tab sort of as advertising, I suppose. And you can see it has various terrain pieces. You see a couple room pieces. You can see the grass terrain pieces, some water terrain pieces, and of course, multiple pre-painted minis. There is a depiction of what you get here in the box, and there's even a little sneak peek hole where you can see the miniature. Sorry, you can't see it too clearly through the glass, but we'll open this up in the future. I haven't actually unsealed this box yet. I do know that for the first run of this, the water tiles have some sort of crystal look. The other prints do not, so I'm not sure what will be in this box. We'll find out in the future. But this is the first master set. The second master set would be this one here. And this is known as the Swarm Amaro. So this features different terrain types, namely a swamp. And it also has a little flip tab here to show what's inside, and it's held together with Velcro, as you heard. So here, yeah, you could see multiple different terrain pieces, different pre-painted minis. Pretty cool. And you might notice that some of these characters look fantastical. Some of them look futuristic, such as this piece here. And so it's sort of a hodgepodge of multiple units, sort of like a multiverse skirmish game. And once again, here are the new terrain types in this game. So part of the reason to get this collection and the whole thing is you could use these terrain pieces, not just for this game, of course, but you could use it for D&D. And if I had this in the 80s, I certainly would have used these terrain types for my BattleTech game. That would have been so cool. And maybe I'll run a BattleTech game using these terrain types once I open this all up. Okay, so this is the third master set. And this is known as The Conflict Begins. And as you can see, this is actually Marvel themed. This is a little bit smaller than the other two boxes. These are much bigger. This one is, yeah, a little smaller. It doesn't have a flip tab, so we'll just flip it to the back here so you can see what it has. And it has some urban terrain pieces. And you can see Spider-Man there. Captain America, you got the Hulk, looks like you got Red Skull, Venom, Thanos is in here, Dr. Doom. All right, so pretty cool. All right, so that is the third master set, or the third core set, and this would be the last one that came out. And this is actually probably the hardest one to find. This is actually a Dungeons and Dragons themed Heroscape set. So you see that, Dungeons and Dragons. And this is a small set, just like the Marvel one, and it only has, it looks like 10 units here. So there's no flip tab, but so we'll just flip it to the back of the box and see what we got. And let's see, you got a troll there. Looks like it got a black dragon. Some drow, looks like. And maybe some other heroes here. All right, so you can see, I know this one looks like the cleric, has probably been recycled and reused from other miniature sets, especially this troll. That is in definitely other sets as well. All right, so those are the 4 main core sets. And then they have other sets to have other terrain types. So I have, I believe, all the terrain types. This would be the snow and glacier type. This expansion set has the tundra set, I suppose. And yes, has glacier mountains. You can see ice flow, tiles there, and maybe a small little mound of snow as well. And they're all, the tile types are depicted here on the side. So that's pretty cool. And then we have another one. These has actual trees. And so you can see how, I know there's a huge following for Heroscape. And I've seen people will sell on eBay just, buckets of trains. And I understand the passion behind it, because you can use this terrain once again for other games. And so I thought this might be a cool thing to pick up rather than, say, Dwarven Forge tiles, because Dwarven Forge tiles, you might only use it for D&D, but here, these terrain types, you could use it for not just fantasy, you could use it for something sci-fi, like Battletech, as I mentioned, or other urban skirmish games, because, yeah, look at these jungle forest trees. I mean, you could just use it for anything. And because they're plastic, and they should be quite durable. So this one is the jungle set there. And you can see has all these different trees and bushes, as well as corresponding monsters. And then another set here, this is going to be the lava or volcanic set here. And so this has some, let's see, lava fueled tiles, molten lava tiles, and a huge monster as well. But there is one more set I have here, and that would be this one. And this is known as the Fortress set. And so it has a wall and tower. And so you could sort of build a front of a castle. I've seen people online use this to replicate the battle at Helm's Deep. So this looks pretty cool. Let's flip it to the back here. You can see how it has all these multiple interlocking wall sections, almost like Lego, I suppose. And you could build a tower there, or a castle wall. And so here are some of the equipment included within. All right, so this is all fun to have. It does take a large amount of space. I am desperate for shelf space, but this is massive amount of game boards here. All right, so I think over the next several months, we'll unbox each one over time and check out all the components and play several games and maybe use these terrain pieces in other games as well. All right, so thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully learned something new. Once again, Renegade Games is coming out with the relaunch of this, and you can actually pre-order the Age of Annihilation set right now on their website.